Oh, hello. Hello there. Hope you guys are doing well today. Hope you're having a lovely day. Here's the thing about today. Today is a work day. So normally in class, I give you time to work on your projects. I would like for you to seriously take this time to work on making your background, your setting for your story, uh, really, cool, interesting. I'll show you just a little bit on mine, and just a few reviews for some of you. So I'm going to click over here. You can see there. All right, got my tree kind of worked up. See if I can zoom out just a little bit. Oh, way too much. One extreme to the other. All right, that's good. You can see I did some shading on my tree. I think I did that in the previous video. I want to add a little more shading to my tree. And I'm thinking about, so here's one of the things that I kind of wrestle with as an artist. You can see I'm finding a darker color over here. I'm going to add that to my palette. I'm going to use the small pen. I'm just going to add one more layer of shading to this guy. And while I'm doing that, I'm just going to kind of tell you, uh, one of the things I wrestle with as an artist, I feel like some of you might wrestle with this as well, is getting myself in over my head. So in other words, doing more than I need to, or more, too much in some cases. So, what I'm thinking about as I'm saying this is, I have an idea for creating kind of like a sunrise sky in the background of this piece. Now, my concern as I think about that is that's going to take a lot of time. And so you have to learn, especially artists have to learn kind of time management. Like how can I manage my time so that I can complete this project? I just made a little spot there. I'm going to undo. So I'm going to click Command Z. That's just going to undo that little bit that I did there. So just want you to think about that. What I've decided is I don't think it would be a good use of my time to attempt to create the sunset sky. I feel like that's something I can do later, but I feel like I should spend my time, this time that I'm using now, and you're gonna have so today and tomorrow. I'm gonna undo that as well. So Command Z. Today and tomorrow, I'm going to give you time. This is just like when you would come into the classroom and it would say it's a work day. Today's a work day. Tomorrow will be a work day. Like I say, I want to give you some time to just kind of make this background look as nice as it can possibly look. And you can see I'm attempting to do that on my piece right now by adding this shading, I might do even some more. Like I think I'm gonna add leaves to this tree. So just want you to kind of think in those terms. Um, I had a few of you that sent me like slightly overly simplified um, ideas for your setting, and so I've made some recommendations to a handful of you about some adjustments that I'd like you to make to your setting. But for the most part, you guys are kind of ready to go. Um, so you can start thinking about. So I'm gonna, like I say, I'm gonna create the leaves on this tree now. Um, oh, I need to adjust that color. So I'm gonna undo that again, Command Z, and I need a different green than what I've got there. So I'm gonna come back to my palette here. You can see, and I'm just gonna click on a lighter green. I'll actually show you a little trick I've got here. So I think I can. I'm going to create a little leaf down here on the end of this branch. Feel pretty good about that. So I think some of you probably know this better than I do. I'm going to find so I'm going to lasso this section. I just want to try to capture just that portion of leaf. Let's see if I can do it. So I'm just going just around the leaf, you can see. So I've captured it, and now I should be able to do Command C, and that's going to copy my leaf. And I think I can recreate it. So let's use my, let's see, I'm going to try the pen tool, and no, I I want to use my pen tool. Just kind of figuring some things out here as we go. Let's see. No. You guys are seeing me figure this thing out as I go. So some of you, as I said, will probably already know. There's a way that I can, instead of having to individually draw each one of these leaves, I could probably create a handful of leaves and then use that lasso tool to just kind of recreate them. And so I could just kind of paste a whole bunch of leaves on my tree here. So that's kind of what I was getting at. I'm sorry that I have not planned thoroughly in advance so that I can explain it to you. If you're watching this video and you're like, I know how to do it, I can send you an email explaining it. That's great. I'm sure I'll figure it out, but I'm not gonna go through making a whole other video. You guys have kind of what you need here. But you can see today's just a reminder. I've said this, kind of gone off on a little tangent here. Today's a work day. I just want you to focus on kind of creating your background and making your image, spending time on this piece that you're working on so that it looks nice and finished. It might be, just from looking at this, that it's better that I'm not just cloning a whole bunch of leaves and reproducing them. As I'm doing this, I'm kind of, again, I'm thinking about my story that I'm telling, which is about that caterpillar that I'm creating. And what I'm doing is I'm creating food for the caterpillar. So in my story, these leaves are important because the caterpillar is going to crawl up the tree and eat a whole bunch of these leaves so that it can hopefully grow and get ready to change. So thanks for watching. And let me show you one last thing. So this is important. Make sure you save. I've had a few students that have told me that they've not saved their work. So in this case, if you don't save it and you accidentally close it, you could lose it. So I'm just going to save to my gallery, and so that you can just see. So that's saving it online. Now everything that I've done is going to be stored online, so I should be able to come back to this and continue to work on it. So again, hope you're well. Please make sure you're using this time to make some cool art. I appreciate those of you that sent me some cool art, and maybe I'll share some of that in my next video. But all right, talk to you again soon. Have a good one.